So, good morning. This is my reflection video upon Chavez versus Gonzalez case. So, in this case study, I'm gonna tell you about what's the case all about and what's the facts of the case. Also, what's their issues and the ruling of the Supreme Court and my takeaways. So, from the start, I'm gonna summarize all muna the case para mas maintindihan nyo lalo. So, what's the case all about? It's all about Chavez versus Gonzalez case, the government attempt to control the media and becoming a major concern. When Hello Garci tape came up, which is the scandal, we suggested possible election fraud involving high-ranking officials, media outlets in the Philippines. Started reporting on the issue. In response, government officials include Justice Secretary Raul Gonzalez that warns media organization not to air or release the tapes, claiming it could threaten national security. They said that any media outlet that distributed the tapes could face legal consequences. This caused fear among journalists and media organizations. Many felt they had no choice but to avoid reporting on the tapes to prevent lawsuits or potential government shutdowns. It seems like the government was trying to stop the public from learning about the possible election fraud and to protect the officials involved from being held accountable. By limiting media convergence, the government tried to control the flow of information about the scandal. The Supreme Court ruling ay and that's all pala. So about the case is about Hello Garci, the scandal from Arroyo back then. If I if di ako nagkakamali around 2004. So ang nangyari doon is fraud kasi para nagkaroon ng dayaan. Tapos, ang ginawa ng government officials, since nga na nag-leak nga yun, tinry nila kontrolin yung media, tinretan nila na this is against daw sa wiretapping law. This is for 200. Since nga sa wiretapping, hindi nga pwede i-release ang isang information na walang consent or walang permission sa mismong naandoon sa video na yon. So, anong nangyari? Nagbabala ngayon yung media na ginagamit yung law na yon para na ganun nga na masama nga daw yon. But ano nangyayari kasi parang ginagamit na yung law as panakipbutas doon sa media kasi media yan eh. Parang yung nangyayari doon sa issue, ginagawa lang nilang transparent para malaman ng sambayan ng Pilipino. And ano nangyayari doon is ayun nga, binablock nila yung information. Sinasabihan na daw, kesyo nagkakalat daw ng misinformation, gano'n. Tapos, wala daw permission. And may nabasa pa nga about they called great evil kapag hinayaan daw yung mga ganon. So, back to the case study, what are the facts of the case? The facts of the Chavez and Gonzalez case center on the government attempt to stop the media from sharing recordings known as Hello Garci tapes. Ayun nga yun. Which allegedly revealed election fraud by high-ranking officials, including then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. This tape suggested that there were maybe efforts to influence election results in her favor. When tapes began to surface, people across the country were eager to know the truth, and the media saw it as their duty to report on this issue. However, the government claiming national security concern warned media outlets that broadcasting or publishing these tapes could lead to legal consequences. This made media organizations and journalists feel pressured as they face the risk of legal trouble if they reported on the tapes. And another fact is the case became a critical moment for freedom of speech and freedom of the press in the Philippines. Freedom of speech is the right to express one's opinion and ideas without fear of punishment of censorship, and freedom of press is closely linked to to this as it allows journalists and media outlets to report on the events and issues without government interference. In democracy, these freedoms are essential because they ensure that people have access to information about about their leaders are doing, especially when issues is possible corruption or abuse. And the Supreme Court, by siding with Chavez, reaffirmed that the freedom of speech of the press are protected rights. The court emphasized that these rights are fundamental for keeping the government transparent, accountable to the people. When the government tried to prevent the media from sharing information about the tapes, it was seen as an attempt to control public knowledge or avoid scrutiny. And the court decision reminded everyone that press has a vital role in informing the public issues that affects their lives and their democracy. It underscored that even when the news may be uncomfortable or damaging to those in power, people have right to know the truth and the media should be free to share it. So, ayun nga yun. They tried to control the media. And about the issues on the case naman is about government censorship and freedom of the press. The central issue was whether the government warning to media outlets not to broadcast the Hello Garcia, the scandal, constituted unconstitutional censorship, violating the freedom of press. And Gonzales' justification for restricting the media. Gonzales, Justice Secretary Raul Gonzales argued that the media should not broadcast the Hello Garcia tapes, claiming that airing this recordings allegedly obtained illegally could threaten national security by warning media outlets against publishing the tapes. He aimed to prevent public unrest and maintain national stability, suggesting that sharing these recordings could create unnecessary disruption. But for me talaga, ginagamit lang nila to para pantakip butas. Parang sinasabi lang nila na delikado to, no, magke-create to ng chaos kapag hindi na control. But the thing is about, since mga officials nga, kumbaga, leader na yung usapan, dapat transparent kasi tayo pagdating sa problem. And hindi dapat natin to kontrolin. Ginagamit pa nila yung anti-wiretapping. Nagkaroon nga ng fraud dun sa election. So, back to the issue ulit, another issue of the case is Chavez stand from transparency and public right to know. Francisco Chavez, a former Solicitor General, countered Gonzales' action, arguing that they infringe on the public right to information and the media freedom of expression. Chavez emphasizes that alleged election fraud was the matter of public interest and citizens had to know about the integrity of their leaders. He believed that the government's warning against the media were an unjust or restriction of the press. And Supreme Court view on the censorship as a great evil. The Supreme Court sided with Chavez, condemning the government attempt to censor the media as a great evil. They pose as a serious threat to democratic values. The court argued that blocking the particular potential government misconduct will violate the principles of transparency and accountability. It underscores that the censorship, especially to avoid scrutiny or harmful to the democracy. And another issue of the case is public right to information and national security. The court examined whether the government claim to protecting national security was valid reason for restrict media publication of the tapes, as it was merely an attempt to avoid public scrutiny. It ultimately found that the government had failed to provide convincing evidence that the broadcasting tapes pose a genuine threat to the national security. And another issue on the case ulit is limits of freedom of speech and press. The courts acknowledged that the freedom of speech and the press has certain limitations, such as public safety or national security and a genuine at risk. However, it found Gonzales' security claim unconvincing, concluding that no clear danger was posed by broadcasting the tapes. The ruling clarified that the restriction on the speech should be based on compelling evidence, not vague threats, emphasized the press of freedom and essential from holding the government accountable. So for the ruling of the Supreme Court, The Supreme Court decision is in Chavez was in versus Gonzales was favorable to Francisco Chavez. As I said earlier nga, the court ruled that the Justice Secretary Raul Gonzales' efforts to stop the media from airing the Hello Garcia tape was unconstitutional. And the court highlighted that freedom of the speech and press are essentially rights protected by the Constitution, and any limitation on these rights require clear and convincing justification. It determines that the government could not show a valid national security posed by the broadcast of the tapes, including the effort to silence the media, was an unwarranted tactic to evade examination of the government. The court denounced the censorship in this situation as a great evil, claiming that it erodes democratic values by hindering the media from educating the public matters on the considered public interest. Like possible government wrongdoing, the decision underscored the idea that in democracy, citizens have the entitled to access the truth, and the media should be allowed to cover the issue of public concern without exclusive government interference. Ayun nga, sinasabi nila na great evil to, kailangan to pigilan, kailangan parang illegal yung mga ginagawa na paglabas ng mga ganong information lalo na sa nation natin. So, ayun nga, nakakainis lang na ginawa yung RA 4200 o yung anti-wiretapping para sa seguridad ng isang tao na yung information nila is hindi makakalat. But at the same time, nagagamit din sila sa maling nagamit din sila sa maling paraan, sa maling power. Parang ayun nga, ginamit sila ng government to shut the media from spreading the truths, the facts among the Filipinos. So what are our takeaways, learnings from this case? For me, the key takeaways from this matter are that it highlights the critical need to protect the freedom of speech and the press, particularly in promoting government accountability and transparency. It emphasized the vital role media outlets play in educating the public on issues that impact society and democracy. As a computer engineering student, this situation underscores how technology, especially digital communication tools, can be used for both positive and negative purposes. While technology can help uncover the truth and foster transparency, it can also be misused to conceal information or manipulate public opinion. The case illustrates the importance of using technology ethically to support transparency, democracy, and privacy, rather than suppressing important issues. Additionally, it stresses that the government must provide compelling evidence to justify restriction freedoms, in particular when concerns the major role in sharing information on the matters of the public concern. National security should not be used as an excuse to stifle public awareness, especially when it pertains to government integrity. Ultimately, this case demonstrates that when used responsibly, technology can be empower individuals, build trust in governments, and promote national transparency. So, overall, this case is not just about RA 4200. It's just yung anti-wiretapping law lang yung nagpasuklap nung case na yon. And the rest is about fraud na and ayun nga, pagpipigil ng government para sa paglalabas ng information. And that's it. Sana may natutunan kayo sa recording. Thank you for listening.